Okay, alright. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello
Waalaikum.
and welcome to Endgame Show. I am Indra Bekti as the host of this show. The problem is that we live in a constantly evolving world and we don't just live inside. Yes, not frogs in that cell, which is the circle of life. However, there are other variables that we cannot control. Other countries like what trending is and changing tastes. So in the end, if we don't constantly hack, what happens is we won't be relevant anymore. So today we have Iman Usman, a close friend of mine and also the co-founder of Ruang. Thank you for coming this Endgame show.
Yes, you are welcome. It's my pleasure, sir.
I want to talk about your childhood first. Before we talk about things that are so more substance, are you born in Padang?
Yes, correct.
Date 21st December year 1991. And are you Sagittarius?
Yes, right.
Is it? Wow, my older sister is Sagittarius too. Tell me your story about your childhood.
I was born and raised in Padang, the sixth child of six siblings. My parents, I come from a simple family, sir. So my father graduated from junior high school, and my mother graduated senior high school. Actually, when people say, "Wow, you are doing education," people often say, "Oh, you are must be an official sons, right?" So certainly, whose child is this? It, it it's just an ordinary kid. Actually, going into education, it was outlier because in my own family, I was actually the first person uh, in my family to have a bachelor's degree. So in my family before, it doesn't mean that education is not important, but maybe it's not the most important thing. If there are things that need to be priorities, that what is it? Then maybe something else first. That is it. So I grew up in a family like that. But it also give me what is it a freedom. I have enough space for exploration to finally try there, to finally try here. So in the end, I can jump everywhere, and I finally more determined to decide, okay, this is what I want.
If I see your achievements have been extraordinary time from elementary, junior high school to college, it's confusing not to think in which dimension because you're not just active, but you just as an active, right? Well, that's the activities you have invested all along. It's definitely exposing you with a lot of things, right?
Right, sir. Maybe in the past I happened to have a lot interest. I was interested in literature. I was interested in art. I was interested in film, and I was interested in technology, and so on. If in the past I never mentioned that I was only focused here, or I should just be here there is, and maybe it was precisely first because do not know also, do not think also what is potential, what is the promising, what is more promising. That is, finally, it's important all kinds. Ask if I was confused, maybe not, because in principle, I'm happy to do all sorts of things. I didn't get the point the point where okay, finally compared with one. That is not it. Yeah, maybe the one who's challenge when I learn something and when I feel that I should be here. Finally, they say that oh, whenever I want to eat or want to know what it should be, it can be flexible or to be edited.
I see. When you were little, you like a fan of Harry Potter? So tell me, why as a friend, which house is the coolest?
Gryffindor, sir. This is going to be a lot of people. A Gryffindor and Ravenclaw usually, but it's just a Gryffindor in India.
But it is relevant with your life, right?
I think it's relevant because if I say I'm genius who is really smart, it's not like that. But I think I'm reckless, brave, and at the same time, I'm quite loyal, great, persistent, and who cares, and pretty street smart. So in the end, that's why it's a bit of Gryffindor character.
Okay, so go on. Go to university in 2009 and finish in 2013, right? Then why do you go abroad?
So I went abroad for the first time in 2007. I got a student exchange AFS to Japan. At that time, it's just the this one. I was depressed. I was frustrated. I thought that oh, I feel like this is a bit of wrong motivation, but I feel I need achievement that makes me feel that I'm actually good. That is it because I feel what's wrong, and at that time, finally, I was confident. I tried this list. So yes, I applied to continue to be accepted at Columbia University.
Okay, then 2 years, right?
A year.
A year?
The program should have been for 2 years, but at the time, Ruang Guru was also being created, so we made we made at the same time as I was at Columbia, built at Stanford, so we LDR made this Ruang Guru. That what we employ in Jakarta, we don't live, so we are committed. So it's just not random.
I see. So Rongogo's consolidation was 2013 or earlier.
2013, sir. We had an idea in the middle. I was rejected. I was rejected by all kinds. Because I was still at we can say at working at the time. Keep thinking what are we going to do? So 3 months before we go to school, we start working on drawing guru. Then we hire people. We are from America. We are working on it. So every night I'm here. It's morning, right? Uh, so every night there I'm working on making designing around guru, how to design the product, looking for a tutor. That's how it used to be. Then later I look like okay, this is something I can do. That's why that's why I tried to hurry up with his studies. It was a bit crazy that time hurry up with his studies and then come back so that I could finally be full time in Jakarta.
So what was the most challenging at the beginning? Is already compatible with Delphi? The business plan already exists.
In the beginning, I although that it was not enough to just have good idea. That yes, you may have a good idea, a good team, right? but not necessarily the market will respond. And at the time, we were faced with it. First time, Ruang Guru, before it's like now, we used to be a marketplace model for private teachers. So it's like Gojek or Grab, but these people are looking for private tutors. So at first we realized that in order to grow better, it was really difficult difficult because in India it depends on the availability of tutor, which is very limited, which is good. I see. I finally that realized that yes, this good, it can increase income. And at the time, it also helps people want them that this is very targeted at the rich people. I think because in India only certain people can afford it, and second is that it's quite difficult to grow, so we didn't reach the target, and it ended up trying all sort of things, what we work and what didn't mean until I know is what is this what I'm going to do until when. So I don't about something.
But it's really good that you were able to get through episode like that.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for joining this Endgame Talk Show.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, sir.
Well, that's it for today, everyone. I hope you can become teacher like Mr. Iman Usman. Thank you for watching this talk show and see you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye and take care yourself.